Hello, viewers. I'm SB.
And I'm her favorite pupil,
That's if you say that.
Amabel.
If you say that, then the viewers aren't going to think they're the favorite. Amabel, come on,
Oh,
professionalism.
but I'm a suck up. They know this.
Okay, and welcome back to this. Welcome back to Amabel Goes to 4X School, where we're getting into the late game of this game. We are certainly happening in the late game of this game. So this culture victory, we're working on it. We're trying real hard, and we're outputting what seems to me like a pretty decent amount of total tourism. From this view, you can see all of the different sites here that have accumulated points of tourism and are outputting tourism, and the math behind this system is so complicated the game just has no interest in attempting to ever explain it to you. This is a lifetime accumulation of 2,149 tourism. In what way exactly does that number figure into any of these numbers over here? You literally can't get that information out of the game. See, like we're sending 327 to them now, and we had more before, and so as we're getting into the part where we're really trying to pump tourism out, and this song is trying to be way too dramatic for the moment, but I probably did turn it down too much out of frustration. Here, we'll go to like here. Nothing's happening. This is like Olympus Has Fallen music, and we're just sitting here looking at a spreadsheet. One thing that's important to remember is that we will get more tourism to other empires that have the same government that we have. Not a lot we can do about that. They choose different governments, whatever. We can also get more tourism to places that are giving us open borders, I believe. You can see plus 25% for open borders and plus 25% for having at least one trade route with them. So that's stuff we're going to want to be aware of. Trying to make sure we have trade routes with the other players, trying to keep open borders running. And that's the thing we're going to start trying to maintain right now, especially since we just hit our golden age. We got those boosts. This dude is mean mugging us very hard. He does not like my face and the things that go along with it, which means that we are not allowed to negotiate for open borders. He's not interested.
He's not one to talk. That face. Look how mean he looks.
Well, no, that's why I said
He doesn't like your face. Your face is. I bet your face does not look mean.
Yeah, it is hard to say. She's not gonna want to open borders with us either, because of all the anger she has. In 26 turns, this denunciation will fall away, and maybe we can try then. Listen, we can just force it. That can happen. What?
I love you when you're belligerent.
It's also worth remembering we do have some alliances that are going, and that's fine. Each of your districts grant an additional great person point if you have a trade route to that place from your ally. This is not as relevant now as it used to be. And then, of course, we have a military alliance with John Curtin, whose hair is almost fixed. It looks like it's about halfway back to normal.
Did you just call Wilfrid Laurier John Curtin?
I did. I was playing a game of Civ earlier today because I was trying to sharpen up. Basically, what I was doing was this is, I guess, a fine time to talk about this. What I was doing was deciding whether we were going to play another game. The world entered the atomic era already, my dude. That happened last turn. The UI is a little confused. And John Curtin was in that game because I was trying to figure out if I thought it was going to be worthwhile for us to play another one. My intention with this series was to play at least 2 games of each of the games that we play, so that you can see one of the critical things for me about a 4X game, how different the factions are from one another. How much variation is there from one play to the next? But games of Civ, I forgot how long and fiddly they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely thinking maybe we don't do a second one.
Yeah.
So I was playing a game, going for a religious victory, trying to like gauge how long it takes for one of those to occur to see if I felt like it would be a good idea to just maybe skip that. Actually, we're gonna use both of his charges here and make this a very appealing city.
So let me say that if you skip it, what we could do, because you want to show factions, we can just have you play, like give a slot to another game, like an additional faction. Like let's say for example that you show me every faction of Endless Legend 2.
What are you saying right now? I'm trying to pay attention to the game. What?
You show me every faction of Endless Legend.
It's like play
or Endless Space or
play 8. What does that have to? What does playing 8 games of Endless Legend have to do with what's going on here? I need your bits to be concise and sensible while I'm trying to also play the video game.
That's not really my vibe. You knew this when we started dating. Well, I just say so. We play one less game of Civ and one more game of Endless. Whatever endless thing you're famous for.
Okay, so so this idea makes
There's so many of them.
This idea makes so little sense that I'm assuming it's supposed to be a joke, but it also isn't a joke. Like there's nothing. What? If it's a joke, it's a very strangely constructed one that doesn't seem to have a point.
Hey, let's move on. Okay, fine.
Mali has used an anti-tank crew to clear a barbarian outpost. Yep. Barbarians. Let's choose an artifact. An ancient era barbarian artifact. So now we have 2 ancient era artifacts from different civilizations. That's good. Okay, so this should allow us to build a national park here. Double tourism output from these lovely national parks. Am I actually allowed to build a solar farm inside the park? I assumed I wouldn't be. I was going to come over here and do something else. I figured there's probably something useful that this guy could still do. We could buy our way to these fish. I don't know if I want to buy these fish. But like a mine just on this random tile here doesn't feel very smart. Yeah, I don't know what I want this builder to do yet. But I'm pretty sure we're not actually allowed to construct the thing that was being suggested there. Wilfred Laurier has conducted the the same exercise we did earlier. He's just going to hand a city over to Mali. That was my
first time
before.
It's not the first time he's done that.
Yeah,
It happened on the
AI is really bad at the game is the thing.
I think Wilford especially. Like
You know how sometimes I make a mistake and I'm like, oh, that's really embarrassing. That's the AI. Every decision they make is like that. But yeah, so I was playing a second game to see if I'm trying to win a religious victory to see if it would be worth maybe tacking on a religious victory, which is a much faster overall game. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think in the end, it's still too. We probably just are not going to do that.
I mean, look.
Hey! That is smart. 3 ancient artifacts from different civilizations.
I'm smart. Your audience is smart. We can get the the gist of that. Some of these victories will work out differently.
You can only swap things between full museums. I can't move this because it got placed into a non-full. Okay, that's fine. Well, that's a bizarre way for that to work, but it's fine. We will fix it. It will get there. Hey, tourism output from relics and holy cities is not diminished. Plus 100% tourism from seaside resorts across your civilization. So we could just build ourselves a real quick Cristo Redentor. You know, just slap one of those down right fast.
And you think that would work? You think it wouldn't be Cristo redundant? That was a concise bit, and there was a joke. I can't please you.
I think joke is a strong word.
No.
All right. So, oh man. An Ethiopian rock band is on its way over here right now. Ethiopia is actually going to they're actually going to try to make this happen. I will declare war on you and kill your rock band, sir.
Okay, what is your favorite Ethiopian rock band?
Well, apparently it's Big Card. Since that's the only one. This is bizarre. Like, she's so focused on keeping her Catholicism rolling. And, like, turning one city down here Catholic is not going to do anything. It's getting all of this pressure, all this crab pressure, right? But it's just a thing that's, like, kind of quietly annoying to me. And we don't really want to spend any resources stopping it from happening because we want to spend all of our faith on naturalists and whatnot. Just the ways that the game just annoys you. It just pokes and prods at you constantly. All right, these are not the most attractive tiles, but charming is all we need. Yes,
I certainly coasted on it.
I would like to buy my way over to here and do another national park. So we're probably looking at like, I don't know, another 800 or so gold for that. Maybe a little more.
Okay.
And then what is our next naturalist going to cost? 1100. And then, okay, so we'll do some purchasing next turn. And then from there, it's rock band time. And I think we have open borders with everybody we're going to get open borders with, sadly. I don't think that is okay.
A good plan
with
violently executed right now is far better than a perfect plan executed next week.
Okay. None of these policies are super relevant to what we're doing right now, so we're just going to keep pushing onward. In 5 turns, 25% bonus tourism. It's probably not a good idea to declare war on Ethiopia right now.
Yeah.
Fascist rock bands. Ugh.
Wait, I have a question about the rock band mechanics. This
is the time. Let's talk about rock bands. Yeah, what's up?
If they have a rock band and we have a rock band, can they fight? Can there be a battle of the bands? How does Battle of the Bands work?
No, you cannot do a religious combat style rock band off, and it's fucked up actually that's the case, because that would be a really good idea. Okay, so rock bands can perform a rock concert at a valid venue, including Wonders, a district with one of the required buildings, or a special target allowed by one of the band's promotions. When the band spawns, like an apostle, they'll already have a bunch of promotions stored up, and we'll lock them in, and these will specialize the band. And this is where you get your like types of rock. They come in as the promotions. Their album sales stat is the expected tourism strength at their next concert. After performing concerts, their album sales and rock band level may increase. So, right now, Menelik is in fact the one setting the amount of tourism everybody else needs to hit in order to win the game, because he has the largest number of total citizens. Look at this ridiculous shit.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, he's outputting a ton of tourism, and he's annoying us with rock bands. I am sort of wondering if it might be worth going for a late game war to just kind of like fuck his shit up while we're pushing tourism on everybody else. We take a couple of his cities away, and he does have some pretty high combat strength, so we would need tools. We need better war tech than we have, probably. And we've gained access to the world climate display, by the way.
Okay.
This is like a whole thing. There's polar ice melting going on because somebody's running a bunch of coal power plants. Look at the CO2 levels. They're crazy. Whose fault is it? Not entirely mine. It's also some other people are problematic. But yeah, no, it's mostly us. We are the leading contributors to this problem. Yeah, that's not great. I don't really have a great solution for it. I guess we'll see.
Same. Big mood.
If we were to declare war, we probably are allowed to execute his rock band. I think. We have no idea what his actually like military presence is like, though. He might have a
pretty metal.
He might have a bunch of... Like, he has airfields and stuff. We can see that. He might have a bunch of stuff sitting around just, like, ready to go.
Now, if we send a spy over there, can we figure out his military stuff?
Yeah, our spies are otherwise engaged right now, but yeah, that's probably a thing that's happening in the near future. For the moment, I guess I'm not murdering his rock band. But I do think that someone should murder them. Okay, this city does not have crab time, and so cannot faith purchase. I guess I wouldn't faith purchase these buildings anyway, and we don't want to gold purchase them because we're trying to do something down here with our gold right now. So, for the moment, it's just going to be a slow build-up of theater buildings. We should, when our turn starts here, I want to check something real quick. Okay, Rihat has figured out some stuff in Leeds. We'll see what we're going to do about that. How do the other people in the world feel about you? Wilfred really likes you. Eleanor kind of likes you. Mansa Musa is unfriendly, but no further. What I'm wondering is if we can talk Mansa Musa into a joint war. What if we fuck up Menelik in an ideological war because that dude is a fascist? He's so into it. We don't have to give him anything. He's just like, fuck yeah. I would love that. That sounds so good.
I love this guy so much.
But I don't have a good sense of his military versus Menelik's, and I don't want to create a situation where we just give Menelik their continent, and I'm not actually in position to help. Right? I just like, this is basically lets you and him fight. The fact that Menelik cities all have a higher combat strength makes me a little nervous. So we have suzerainty of the city-states nearby. So those would go to war with Menelik as well. I'd feel a lot better if I were poised to press on the coast or something. You know, if I thought I could provide just like a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of stuff, but we don't know. My visibility to you is pretty limited. Establish a trade route. I mean, we can't establish a trade route with somebody that has denounced us. I think there's some rules about when you can run a trade route to somebody. He's upset that I'm competing with him for the hills. See, this is such a silly one. Like, I get the civilizations that get upset when you compete with them for city-states or land in general, right? It is so absurd that he's mad at me because I settled hills inside my territory that he can't use. That's not competing. Ugh. All right. And we do know that he already wiped a player out. That's the other thing I'm a little worried about, is like he might have a large standing army from when he was killing,
But
what's his name?
but from what we knew of Alexander just basically had one city the entire game.
Alexander was way behind, for sure.
I mean, that's why he got wiped out. I've
He didn't have one city the entire game. He had one city when Menelik had reduced him to having one city.
Okay, but I'm looking at the names. Unless they change the names of the cities when they take them over.
The AI doesn't generally know, I don't think.
Yeah, no, there is not.
I am just going to go ahead and bump one of our spies over here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's an ugly situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need 10 more gold. And it's probably not, the thing is, it's probably not necessary for us to declare war on him. I think. But maybe. Also, is it fun? I think there's a lot to be considered, whether or not it is fun to declare war on him. What does it cost to? It's like $290 to upgrade this ship, $640 to upgrade this ship. But then we're just talking about ironclads. We're a little behind on tech navally. Let's see here. Nuclear submarines have 85 range strength. That's like way out there. We could get helicopters if we built a couple of aerodromes, which is not out of the realm of possibility. Build 2 drones. Where is drone technology? Drone technology is here. We have these.
Okay.
So, if we built a couple of drones, we get access to missile cruisers with a range strength of 90. We do have a lot of oil income right now. Doesn't actually say where drones are built. Are they aerodrome units? They probably are, right? That would seem to make some sense. You stand over here for a second. I mean, there's no reason not to throw down a quick aerodrome in Babylon. Babylon's kind of looking for a project. All right, you get over here because there's still a shipwreck to grab that's not inside anybody's borders. You're waiting a turn. Yeah, I don't think we should declare right now because I think we might be walking our ally into a bad position if we do so. Oh, somebody else built Broadway. I bet we know who.
Mm-hmm.
Broadway was not a critical part of any of our plans or anything. It's fine. The fact that that city is no longer producing Broadway does give us a little bit more freedom to construct violence. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't think that through all the way. We're going to make an oil power plant because an oil power plant is a booster. This is a medieval era artifact. We have one thing from Hattusa, but the thing we have from Hattusa is the ancient thing. So now that this is actually full, yeah, we can move this into here, and that'll theme that museum. And then this is industrial, medieval. Yeah, there we go. All right. 3 themed archaeological museums.
All right.
Pumping out quite a lot of total tourism. Again, we're starting to have the problem of not having places to put works again. But honestly, not a big deal. So we're going to make this oil power plant here. And then we're going to probably start producing some violence. All right. Filled up that great work slot. Oh, he's got another rock band. Okay, you know what? Okay, that's weird. It's given us a second notification that somebody beat us to Broadway on a different turn, no less. Sort of strange.
Yeah.
We probably want to save gold for upgrading ships at this point. So I guess we're slow building the amphitheater. Ooh, you've stolen the secrets to combined arms. Get back. You failed. The button is labeled IC. Ariel was captured in London again. I see. Aria's very bad at the job. That's the second, like 30% outcome failure. Just bad rolls. Bad rolls on this spy. The spy is bad luck.
I'm going to presume that they approach it kind of like Brad Pitt in Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Just like Grazzy, but in English. Just like not pulling it off at all. That's my assumption.
You know what? I will cease these operations at once. Thanks for the favor. It's not fucking working, so I may as well cut it out. So do we want to declare war this turn so that I can eat rock bands? Provided that that's even a thing I can do. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to use my military units to clear their rock bands. It would certainly be bad for them in a just, like raw expenditure of resources kind of sense.
Yeah.
And anything that slows down their progress is good for us. Because we are going to have to stop them. All right, let's do it. Mansa Musa, the time has come, my friend, to step up and do crimes. We're going to declare an ideological war on Menelik II. And while we're doing that, do you want to maybe like hook me up with some turtles or something? He's into it. Tea? Salt. I could use salt. Okay. We're already benefiting from his marble, if I remember correctly, because he had 5 marble. I don't actually know if there's not a lot of room in our empire for more treasures. I don't really want any of your raw resources. Can I have your diplomatic favor? No. Never. Not even a little bit of it would he part with. Okay, he'll do this. Let's I hope I'm not getting you killed. Why are you at war with Wilfred Laurie? What are you doing? Hey, buddy. Broseph, is there a way to convince him into my war? I guess, it wouldn't really help us because he's not on the right continent anyway. But, that was very unceremonious. They just stopped being there. Did that kill them or did it force them? I think it killed them. It certainly made them stop being there. Okay, so the city-states on his immediate border have declared war on him, but they are not using weapons that are up to the task of actually like harming his cities, which has me a little nervous. But like whatever slows him down a little bit is meaningful. All right, his Rockman is on the run.
It's the band on the run.
I shall return again to the light of the sun.
Yeah, is that a thing?
Like the song Band on the Run.
Is this...
The very famous song by Paul McCartney and Wings. Band on the Run.
Okay, yes. I'm definitely not familiar with that. Also, why would anyone want to listen to... this is a Paul McCartney song from the era in which he was exclusively making really bad music, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm simply having a wonderful Christmas time. In July.
You know, it's no temporary secretary. Good Lord, temporary secretary. Y'all, if you have not heard temporary secretary, like I wouldn't necessarily say you should, but it's an option you do have. So it turns out the drones can be made anywhere. Do we want to pump out 2 drones real fast before we do? Because 2 aerodromes was also a boost to get us to the helicopters, which have 86 melee strength. They are a light cavalry unit. We can get these really high value missile cruisers, is what I'm thinking. So yeah, let's get the drones going. So in 6 turns, we'll have 2 drones that'll boost that tech through. We'll be able to build ships that are the terror of the ocean. And then we will just like blow up the side of his empire. And hopefully that'll relieve enough pressure to allow our allies to do good work elsewhere. So the next thing we want to focus on, I believe, is social media, which has a card that allows us to boost tourism output to civilizations that we have a trade route with. It is also a prerequisite for... This is a little messy. Okay, yeah, there is a thing there. So it's a prerequisite for all of the next tier of governments.
Okay.
We're going to have to get there through space race and professional sports. Obviously, both things that you must have in order to have a social media.
Okay.
There's satellites involved. Listen, I don't know. Are you doing rock shows in my territory? Oh. A meteor shower has occurred. Okay, thanks, Mansa Musa. The fuck? My man, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, come on. That's where we ran out of movement. Would you believe we've acquired another great admiral? My alliance with Mansa Musa has run its course. Declare friendship. Yep, because I know you actually do want the alliance to continue. Here's some money. Okay, I have like a bunch of money. Okay. All right, no, I overstepped. That's fair. But listen, every little bit counts, my man. All right. Give him more animations. My dude needs more animations.
No, he has the perfect amount.
Okay, so you will be good for the units we're about to make. Your bonus applies to industrial and modern. We have some people that we need that it's like, yeah, medieval and Renaissance era ships. So I'm just going to retire him and boost up the value of this caravel. We'll give it a promotion, and then when we upgrade it into something else, that'll be relevant. And you could just link up with that thing for right now. This Great Admiral over here is similarly, I think, yeah, only Renaissance and Industrial era ships. But you can just make an armada. I guess maybe I should have transferred you to the other side. Let me send this armada across over here. I don't actually know if we can get through down here, but if we can, it probably would be a good idea to do so. We need to make sure that we have a way of attacking, or we need to see whether or not we have a way of attacking from this ocean. And then these units are a little bit light on combat strength for taking his cities right now, but we could truck our like tanks over to Singapore and at least be in a position where we can threaten his military.
Okay.
And this is the point where we can start buying rock bands. So let's see here. Where are we at as far as visiting tourists? Oh man, victory in only 198 turns. I'm doing it. I'm living the dream. We could pull a lot more from Wilfred yet. And we have that good rate of pull from Wilfred because our governments aren't that different, and also we have the trade routes and stuff.
Okay.
So let's buy our rock band like up here. Distributed sovereignty is boosted by rock bands. I am concerned about the way the word sovereignty is being used there. I could turn you into a spec ops, but I don't know that actually does very much. I'd rather spend that gold upgrading other units. But we don't actually want to upgrade our ships until we hit the drone thing. My assumption is that it's going to be quite an expensive upgrade. I'll tell you what, we're definitely going to try to foment some unrest with our spies up in Menelik's territory. Mm-hmm. Actually, speaking of our spies, hey, can I get my spy back? No, she doesn't trust us to have a spy. I see where that's coming from. I get it. All right, we're just getting a little bit of vision right now. You just rest for the moment until we have upgraded you some. We're spending as much coal. We're spending like all of our coal on upgrades right now, or on power. So we get to choose a name. Performances of 2 levels more experienced on entertainment complexes. Ooh, I have a little bit of trouble eyeballing entertainment complex. I know what some of the districts look like. Like that's obviously a what do you call it? A campus. That's also a campus. These are neighborhoods. Performing a concert causes the city to lose loyalty. Reggae rock gets extra levels of experience on water parks. Does that make sense? Is there a thing with reggae and water parks? I have no idea, actually.
I'm not familiar with that.
All right, well, we're going to go Arena Rock because it doesn't look to me like there's a lot of water parks around here. And Indie Rock causes the city to lose 40 loyalty. These are just words. These are just words. Yeah, the nuclear letters is fine. None of this shit means anything. Wilfred, our shit ran out. Please re-ally with me. I need friends. Do you want to give me money about it? No. Okay, never mind. Ours is an equal partnership, as it always has been. You're really holding up your end there, brother. That is a commercial hub. Oh, there's an entertainment complex. Okay, cool. We're gonna rock his Canadian socks off. Next turn. So if we launch an Earth satellite, it reveals the entire map. That's the thing we could have Malcolm do in 8 quick turns. Is that a better thing than building military units at this moment? Probably not. But we could throw down an aerodrome in 3 turns in this city. Really? Those are the only tiles the city owns that can aerodrome? I mean, I guess it's fine. Yeah, we're still growing pretty well. We could probably replace the wheat. And I'm just thinking about getting us, further boosts. Getting our technology back online. We do have a great artist right now. I definitely want another archaeological museum, but I think let's make an art museum for the moment. You head over here, and you...
She was dazzling.
Can finally write The Beautiful and the Damned. Which is, That's one of the greatest works of art man has ever known, I guess, is what we've decided as a group here, Civilization.
I mean, it's even by the standards of F. Scott Fitzgerald, it's kind of mid.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Okay. So we can enact music censorship in our territory, which will prevent the rock bands from entering our territory. But he'll just rock somewhere else. I don't want him to be able to rock. Plus 200 tourism, 200% tourism from all of our great works of music, though, is definitely worth putting up. And I think we can probably just go ahead and drop the great engineer thing. We don't really need all these great engineers that we're pulling. Grants production toward wonder construction, then reduces your gold by twice the amount of purchased construction. Okay, so he effectively spends gold on a wonder. I mean, and at a better rate than you would get from normal buyouts. You know, honestly, I don't hate that. There are a couple of wonders that we're working on that I actually would be pretty cool with finishing.
So there's two things I want to say.
Go ahead.
First, I hate that whenever that quotation is used, it's deprived of the context, because the context is he was talking to some college, and he was asking, you know, why do we do this? Why do we do that? Why do you guys play this team that kicks your ass all the time? Because it's hard. Like, and when you remove that bit of it, just to make it sound like really kind of, you know, inspiring and whatnot, you remove the kind of really human element and the pandering element, and I feel like it makes it this nakedly political thing less so, which is of course what people do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it irritates me.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
The other thing is, with music censorship being like a government policy, I don't think I realized how much the late game is built around rock bands. It feels like.
I mean,
gotta keep those rock bands out because they're gonna spread sovereignty. It's
yeah. Well, like like I said, with like indie rock reducing the loyalty, indie rock flipping the loyalty of a city from one empire to another, like it's just gibberish. They're using English words to mean things that have nothing to do with their English meanings. It's just nonsense. And I think it really sucks, actually.
Yeah,
how much it's just nonsense.
I mean, if you're going to talk about, like, mass media, cultural media being part of,
there may be no forgiveness for polyester. On this one matter, Satan and the Lord are in agreement.
All right.
Helicopters. Woo.
But, like, you can make an argument about, like, Hollywood movies and the way that it defines values and spreads American and capitalist values and how that can suck shit, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, rock bands, just, it feels...
It's a very, the last time I was part of the culture was 1960 kind of take.
I mean, it feels like the plot to like half of rock operas.
Yeah, it is literally the plot to Revolution X, the Aerosmith light gun arcade machine,
and the plot to Kilroy Was Here, the rock opera that Mr. Roboto comes from. Like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have verified the presence of the channel. This rock band is able to move exactly as fast as we are able to move, which sucks. I'm going to just set up a listening post. We're just going to get visibility here. Now that there's rock bands from, like, other rock bands from Ethiopia coming through, and I'm wondering if maybe maybe we should implement music censorship. Go forth and armada that rock band. We got English rock bands playing in our cities, and it's just the whole thing's a mess. So better air units. The thing is, I built the aerodromes for that boost, right?
Yeah.
Bombers are good for harming enemy cities, but overall, I've not found tremendous value in the air units. I do a lot of my late game fighting still with infantry, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, placing a military unit over big card just warps them back to the nearest Ethiopian city. It doesn't obliterate them. So, I don't know. Maybe it does make sense to implement music censorship. I kind of want to... How much income do we have of aluminum right now? Not very much. So I want to be a little careful with it, and I don't think I want to be building helicopters, because we're going to need it for... Well, we need oil for the ships. Yeah, we need oil for stuff a lot more than we need aluminum. Wait, own 3 tanks. I have 2 I think I have 2 tanks. Can you just build me a tank? Didn't realize how close we were to that boost. Plymouth probably has other stuff to do. Plymouth doesn't have a lot of industry, is mostly what I'm thinking. So it doesn't necessarily make a huge amount of sense. Plymouth, build me a replacement spy. It's not like a huge priority. You just finished your theater square, so we have some stuff to do on that front. That'll give us some more locations to host great works, which is always good. All right, we're a couple of turns away from earning access to the ships that we want to turn our ships into.
Okay.
That aluminum is just outside of the purchasable area of our city.
Why do they keep score?
Okay, so we've got an opportunity to change policies here. I don't want to run any of the policies that were just offered to us there, but I am really thinking about gunboat diplomacy, honestly. Like, thinking about trading it out for, music censorship. Because, like, fuck their rock bands. No, probably not. It's probably not worth it. Okay, we're almost ready. I guess we can put these ships in more forward positions. This is, hold on, a Caravel's not the same kind of ship, right? Where do I see what class of unit this is? Because the ship we're looking at is a ranged attacker. So a Caravel upgrades to an ironclad, which then upgrades to a destroyer off of combined arms, which we're just about to finish. Okay. Destroyer is 85 melee strength, which is still lower than I would like, but this is just the way of things, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because like we're looking at garrison defense strengths in the 90s. I don't necessarily love punching up that much. We are going to continue running these things across the ocean. You are going to go and perform in that entertainment complex and blow everybody's mind. Hold on. That's mechanized infantry. That's a tank. So maybe we actually only have 1 tank. Maybe I need to build 2 tanks. Well, we're about to finish the drones, so we can build more tanks. All right. You are waiting here for the upgrade signal. Now, this thing, the artillery, where is the next siege unit upgrade? Because I don't know. I think the artillery is actually still the most modern version of this thing that we have. We have to kill a fighter to get rocket artillery, which is, I think, the next thing in the line. We can press on it though. So modern armor with a melee strength of 95, modern anti-tank with a melee strength of 85. These are more the units I want to be going into this battle with. But I'm hoping to be able to use some ships to get a hold of one of his cities to use as a, sort of a spearhead.
Yeah.
So that we can actually, I want somewhere to build bombers and the aerodromes to hold those bombers. I don't know. So yeah, there's not really anything we can do except upgrade you, and you're as armied up as you can get. It is showing a bombard strength of 97, so it hits like it has a 97. It hits city walls specifically like it has a 97, which is something. You go here and wait for that to be a museum that you can actually work in. Where'd that Rockbane go? Aha! Thought they could get away. Please.
An opera begins long before the curtain goes up and ends long after it has come down. It starts in my imagination, it becomes my life, and it stays part of my life long after I've left the opera house.
Yeah, okay.
I guess in a sort of like you're not dead until the last time someone says your name kind of way. All right, so the tech that gets boosted through having an oil power plant. Was it something we finished already? Or I definitely saw something that was boosted in that way. The point is, we don't need another one. It doesn't look like. I was looking to see if there was if it was a build 1 or 2. It still makes sense to have the power plant, I think, because it is an awful lot of production. But yeah, I don't think we'll do it with this city. So this city produces a tank in 7 turns. Yeah, I guess let's do that because we're building the tanks more for the unlock than anything else. The ships on the west coast the cities on the west coast can be building ships. We do have space for a relic. Yeah, we do have that one religious building. Yeah, okay. 20 oil's not so big, and yeah, he's probably putting that oil toward the war. Paradoxically, the citizens of Babylon are both incredibly proud of their city's size and yet never stop complaining about how crowded it has gotten, which is to say that a city reached 20 pop for the first time in your civilization.
Well, that was kind of funny.
The chief incalculable in war is the human will.
Okay, so we did finish researching this through raw actual science, and then we cheated this one.
They are the wave of the future.
Okay, so we have access to jet fighters, which would be cool in theory. We have access to missile cruisers, which will be cool in a much more real way. Our caravels can upgrade to destroyers now, and this to a destroyer armada with a melee strength of 102, so that's real. We discovered a source of uranium already within the Empire. Rad. So drones, you want to attach a drone to a siege class unit. It gives you better sight, extra range, and extra bombard strength. So we're going to run over there to that artillery unit and drop it there. We're going to stop off at this entertainment complex and play us a good show here.
Yes.
There's a 26% chance these rockers will make this their final gig and retire. This is a thing that happens with your rock bands.
Okay.
Your manager expects 1,000 tourism from this venue. That's a fun animation, at least. Did they really? Did they really retire immediately? You fuckers. That is the... Have we ever not generated the worst possible luck for anything at any point in this playthrough? Get me another rock band. Criminy.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you have more than one rock band, can you combine them into like a super
Into
group?
a super group? No, then you cannot do that.
I don't think
It
they've
does
thought
make
through this
sense.
system.
To be perfectly honest with you, I think it is pretty arguably the case that they didn't really do all the math on almost any of these. Like, none of these concepts are actually like played out to their natural conclusion or anything. Like, there's so much room left in all of them.
Yeah.
To keep developing. And they just kind of gave up. Where are we at on a new great artist? There's one coming along pretty soon. I kind of think maybe we make another art museum, actually. All right, you could be upgraded to a destroyer in theory someday. We'll get there. So I definitely don't want you leaving until that happens, though. So notice, the sea level has risen. Coastal lowland tiles, some of them have been consumed. Because the ice caps. That's not great for us.
No.
I can't believe how bad our scout is at chasing people.
I appreciate they acknowledge that, you know, the ice caps are melting.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, this game.
Listen, I'm given the way things are. Okay, Naval is modernizing rapidly. That's cool. And we are seeing artillery armies from these guys. They're not... It looks to me like they're rocking a pretty similar tech level to us, but you can see all of their stuff is armies. They just had 1 billion units.
Yeah.
So that's going to make the fighting here, it's going to have to be pretty uneven, pretty unfair if we want to win. And that's fine. We can do that. To be clear, I'm not saying that means we're not going to do it. 960 to upgrade you? Jeez. All right, well, start getting out there as well. Takes a lot of money. So, like, what specifically is the point you're making?
It's just like, because this game isn't, you know, as we've said time and again, it's not. It is first and foremost a game. It's not interested in modeling history on a systemic level. It's interested on taking the trappings and the signifiers and turning that into like little mechanical bits. So like, I don't know and the game kind of takes as a given a certain point of view, a certain point of view of what is correct and civilized and etc., that is also largely responsible for some of the damage to the environment. So it's like I just am like wondering what the game is doing with it, what that system is doing, and it's like, on the one hand, I want to give them credit. On the other hand, I just am, I'm not quite sure how to explain my dissatisfaction, so maybe I'll just hold on to it for now, rather than trying to talk it out in this moment.
Okay. +1 appeal to every tile adjacent to rainforest and marsh must be built along a river adjacent to a neighborhood. So it says plus 200% power for all wind farms and solar farms and whatnot. And it doesn't specify in this city or in the whole empire. I'm assuming it's in the whole empire. This building and these improvements provide tourism equal to their power output. I mean, that would be cool to finish if it finishes. I don't think we desperately need that city for anything else at the moment. Canada has lost control of Windsor, which was coming, has been coming. Hunza has declared war on Menelik, which means, did Mansa Musa take over Hunza? No, somehow I took over Hunza. Without adding, I didn't finish a quest. What happened? Did she pull? She didn't. Oh, Eleanor may have pulled her diplomat out because the diplomat that's still here is Wilfred's.
Okay.
So that's probably what happened there. All right, we're gonna try to like this little crescent of cities here is kind of where I'm thinking we're gonna try to make our initial push. I'm gonna try to land our units near Singapore, and we're going to. I guess the best thing to do really would be to push up the coast. It's a little tricky with how close like their second line of cities are, but
Yeah.
First of all, these two cities already have aerodromes. And secondly, it would be nice to relieve the pressure on Naval a little bit so that it could maybe like actually do some harm. So I think that's kind of my overall plan here.
Okay.
So building a nuclear power plant is the thing that we could potentially do once we get nuclear fission, which there's no way to boost. Because we do have a source of uranium. I don't think we're going to be able to do much with this uranium right away. Obviously, nuclear devices, etc. I don't love that. If we build 2 biplanes, we get access to fighters. Like we've got access to the next level of fighter, but not to the next level of bomber, I think, which is down here and can't be boosted easily. And the fact is, the previous level of bomber with a base bombard strength of 110 would absolutely do the job.
Yeah.
But since we've got access to the next level up of fighter, I don't think I can build biplanes. Pretty sure. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's going to be a little complicated. We're still working on that Crystal Redentor. That's still happening.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of our ships are just kind of waiting at the moment because we need the money to turn them into the better kind of ship. Which is a little frustrating. I am so broke. Basically. All right, I was a little afraid that we might run into ships out here, like a navy.
Yeah.
Kind of doesn't seem like he has one. All right, rock bands don't cross oceans particularly, or cross rivers particularly well, so that's why it's taken so long for our bands to get up there. Okay, we have finally warped that rock band out of here. Mari. We don't currently have any trade routes to England, and we should. We have trade routes running to Canada. We have to our allies. But we should run something to England, even though the yields of that trade route are going to be pretty bad, just to keep them open to tourism.
Okay.
Then we have our big armada of ships over here that's headed in. You are continuing to produce. You can make an archaeological museum. All right. I mean, this city was worth it. We got a couple of national parks and a place to put some works and. Yeah, I don't know. This big war that we've started, I think, is gonna sort of engulf the world in flames a little bit, and I am nervous about that. Okay, throw some production on that. Spend some of our gold. At this point, we're bringing in 329 gold per turn because we got our Hunza bonus back, which is certainly going to help with all the upgrades that we need.
Oh, I just saw the rock band.
Yeah, you know what? Create an escort formation with that drone. Ethiopian warrior monks are attacking Singapore. Don't worry, the mechanized infantry is here. Amabel, if I shoot at their warrior monks with my tank,
Who wins?
does that make me a bad person? It feels like that's an act of evil. Right? This is problematic.
Yeah. A little, it's certainly not an equal deployment of force. But have you considered their rock music really sucks?
Yes, I did consider that. I think we're all aware of that.
I mean, this is the true basis of the ideological war. Yeah, like, we're against fascism, but it's the music. The music is the casus belli.
Listen, I'm a big metal dude. Oh no, the Cristo Redentor. That's fucked. We were like 90% of the way done with that.
Kilwa is one of the most beautifully built cities in
But we
the
got
world.
this one.
The houses there are entirely made of wood, their rooftops out of rope grass, and it rains with great vigor.
Okay, that's cool. We got that one. So that's extra envoys, unfortunately, which is not actually the thing we needed most. I'm a little annoyed that, like, we're getting, wait, the tank can't do anything about the rock band because they're both in the water, I guess. Hold on, we're moving units up. Tank, continue what you were doing. You're on the right path. All right, let's play some rock shows.
Yeah.
50% chance these rockers will make this their final gig. So hold on, is it? No, it's not really based on whatever. Fucking play then.
You just have really old or temperamental rock bands.
Check out these day goats. Since I didn't realize how close that is to a slur until 2,000 tourism generated, unit lost. Amabel, I'm gonna fucking. What can we? 800. 800 is the next one.
Okay.
My heart is breaking. I don't know what to do.
Look.
We're definitely going to combine some missile cruisers together into some sick missile cruiser armadas. That's a thing that's going to happen. All tiles in your civilization gain appeal. Fucking Eiffel Tower. Yeah, let's go. 39. That's not going to happen. But some of our cities don't have anything useful to build, so. All right, these guys are bringing around their own artillery. They are not well suited to fighting tanks. It's kind of like the whole thing with these siege units. They don't do melee combat particularly well. All right, and we are finally like in position here to start actually fighting. Okay, the missile cruisers are coming across the ocean, and they will do so quite quickly. I didn't finish my broadcast center. I probably should. All right, so do we want to drop envoys on anything else? It looks like Mexico City is the only thing that neither I nor Mansa Musa are in control of. And it's positioned in such a way where I don't, like, super care. So I guess I'm going to hold some envoys for the moment. I started building Kilwa when we wanted envoys much more badly than we do now. It feels a little silly. But anyway, the thing I was trying to end the episode with was the successful build of Cristo Redentor. And now that's not occurring. So I'm going to hit end turn here. We're going to produce a missile cruiser instead. Okay, combat is happening. They've brought a tank army, which they have. Over to here. There are 10,000. Jesus, okay.
Nothing shall I tell you first.
Bonus tourism output, 2 civilizations with which you have a trade route. Yeah, let's find a slot for that. So at this point, we start like wondering what are the yellow policies that get left behind. I think I'm going to lose liberalism. One amenity, like we're actually doing really well on amenities in a lot of our cities now. We need to keep acquiring more boosters. Fuck you. It is 960 gold to make this upgrade work. You can upgrade a little bit better. Yeah, let's take that. We will need a it's all well and good to have missiles with which to bombard these things, but you have to have a melee ship to actually capture.
Okay.
Teleport your rock band back home. Your immortal rock band. Mashkan Shapir was able to produce that unit so quickly because of the leftover industry from the project that got canceled. Okay, looks like we don't get another one for free. I was sort of wondering, like, if we were going to get more than one at a time, we could just let them sit together, and without leaving, we could form the armada right then and there. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull these units together over here with the missile cruiser that's coming out of there. We're going to make it as an armada. I think we can build. No, I don't have seaports. We could build seaports and produce the armadas directly. I think at some considerable discount. I was trying to make use of the fact that we have multiple ports to, build them in pieces very quickly. But it might be worth it to take the time now that some of our coastal cities are focusing on other things. But I want to get one good missile cruiser armada together that we can terrify their coastal cities with. All right, so we've temporarily run off his rock bands. Here is our uranium. Don't really know what to do with my skirmisher now. Just kind of get up here, I guess. You guys are still sleeping. One thing that's a little frustrating with these, the sleep command, is it doesn't really respond very well to, it doesn't work super well when your units are linked.
Okay.
Like if you're trying to get one unit to stop asking you for orders, but it's linked to 2 other units, each one of them requires the hey, don't ask me for stuff order, and anytime any of them get disrupted, you will have to reissue it to all of them. That is a water park. I saw they had a thing over here, and I was like, hey, a harbor we could pillage. Do I want to pillage their water park?
Yeah.
I'm actually not even sure if we can. We're going to try. We're gonna try. My plan now is to end the episode on the Armada. So we're just staying in for another minute or two here because one more turn. Hey, let's talk about the next level of government. We're gonna have to get globalization no matter what. So I guess let's grab that. But we're gonna have access to these 4th tier governments in a second here, and I don't really know what I want to do about that. Moksha has been neutralized by spies. I don't really know what to do about that either. I'm gonna grab Victor.
Okay.
Victor the Castellan. We're gonna put him down in Toronto for the moment. But I'm going to use him to try to fortify our forward position as we creep up here. That's my big plan.
Yeah, this does feel like it's going to be a kind of a bigger war than the Eleanor War was.
My man is already like, hey, I'll pay you for peace. We transgressed against her agenda. Go ahead, declare war on me about it. See how that goes.
So went so well for her last
All
time.
material things seem to have been composed of the
All right.
hard and solid particles, variously associated with the first creation by the counsel of an intelligent agent.
What is the point of these, even? All right, so we have some extra diplomatic visibility now. Which is good news. I'm not allowed to kill his... I'm not allowed to drone strike that rock band as they cross the ocean. Sadly. We are allowed... Hold on. What is going on here all of a sudden? Their artillery gained a really, really large amount of combat strength out of nowhere, and I'm not sure why. And this is a tank army. Like, this is not... The combat strength difference between my units and this unit is considerable. I was not thinking that he would have... So, like, we saw all of those units up here. I wasn't really thinking that he would be able to do this as fast as he's done it. This is a health pillage, not a shoot. Some things, when you pillage them, they heal the pillaging unit. Some things generate money. I was really hoping that was going to be a generate money kind of situation.
Yes, we all know water parks don't make money. They just generate
Well, but
health.
you can't roll up there with an armada and be like, hey, give me an amount of wealth that will matter to a nation. What am I going to hit the till? Make off with the employee payroll? Get back in the water. I'm worried that tank army is just going to kill us. This drone is going to come over and provide us some vision. Get our own tanks over in the way. Okay. More destroyers. It feels to me like we are maybe actually way better off focusing on hitting them in the water, because their land units are terrifying.
Okay, yeah.
Hasn't really been any movement on this line as far as we can see. So at least we did not do the thing I was afraid we had done and like burn our ally. This tank is ready to become modern armor. Yeah. Maybe. Did we... So yeah, we got composites and everything. Yeah, I do think I want to just make this modern armor right now. God, we need so much money. Alright, you run up here. Merge up. That's true, we made our first fleet. after we made our first armada, because the rules of this game are bizarre. There's some diamonds for you to care about. This field cannon is just absolutely not ready to be upgraded. Just hang out. Just be on rock band duty. I think this is our one route to Canada, so that needs to keep running. We got a great writer. We got a great artist. Van Gogh. Come over here, right? This is an art museum.
Yeah.
Our great writer can go and put some works down there, I guess. I don't really know what I want to build here. Maybe it's not a bad idea to build an aerodrome. Ugh, sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because you are yawning, and this is taking a little bit longer than I intended.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. It is getting a little past my bedtime. But
Apologies.
that's okay.
Yeah, build me a seaport. We're gonna make ships here. All right. Even more great works of art. So next turn we'll be able to build our armada and then be the terror of the seas with a bombard strength of 100 billion and sorry, this is not a bombard unit, with a range strength of 100 billion. Normal ranged units. Molly has brought the magic of electricity to Gao. Cool.
Okay.
Competition. The World Games. Gain score by maintaining stadiums and aquatic centers, completing the Training Athletes project. So obviously this is a non-copyright infringing Olympic Games. Winner gets tourism based on how many campuses they have, and also diplomatic points. Interesting. Sure. If it happens, I want to be part of it. You know what? I would love it if we couldn't steal great works, because I'm not trying to steal anybody else's great works, but I have a bunch and I would like to keep them. Tourism from this type of great work is doubled. We have so much. We have so many artifacts because it categorizes each kind of painting as a different kind.
Yeah.
I think like artifacts or music are probably the way to go here. Let's say artifacts.
Artifacts, yeah.
I would love to gain diplomatic points this time.
Yeah.
People are like
into that.
Like I said, people are going to gang up and try to make it so that we can't win things, right?
Yeah.
That is to be expected. So, right now we have 293 unspent. We can go pretty hard on this. We're generating a lot.
All right. Yeah.
So if I took
that.
one vote out of something else, we could go even harder. Let's. Yeah. All right. You have to vote the World Games up if you want to participate, according to the text there. Okay, so chosen operation is unavailable. Great work, heist. That's awesome. Tourism from artifacts is doubled. That's also awesome. Wilfrid Laurier was the one who won. Won diplomatic points here. I went in 10 for me. He went in 10 for him. And the game just decided that means he wins. Cool.
Huh.
Cool. All right, maintaining stadiums and aquatic centers. That's not a thing that we actually have like a lot of. Okay. We have some armadas. We have some violence. We're ready to do some horrible things. And I'm comfortable with that. I'm actually going to make a seaport here, too. We're going to try to focus on some highly efficient violence for the moment. Please make more music. But the good news is we did win some votes there. So we are at 15 points now.
Okay, and then culture, actually, we're in the lead, it looks like now.
Send his rock band back home real quick. Okay, this modern armor unit honestly maybe needs to... No, it's worth it to send it over. It's high enough combat strength to affect the battle that's occurring down here. I want to group up my tanks. Okay, he's got even more units coming in. Unfortunately, destroyers can't really provide any, like, meaningful bombardment cover.
Yeah.
Because I would love to just be able to shell the shit out of these tiles to prevent these guys from chasing us. We're going to have to come at them with units that are a level higher than, like a tech level higher than what they have, or are armied up, because everything they have is armied up. Which was certainly not the case when we fought our last war. So in a lot of ways, at this point, we are just waiting for the boats to get here, so that we can start doing stuff. And the boats are all on their way. We did, in fact, finish the boats. So we have a 107 range strength missile cruiser armada on the way. We have a 102 melee strength destroyer armada on the way. I think we're gonna since they've run 10,000 military worth of units over to Singapore, I think instead of fighting from Singapore up the coast, we're just gonna try to like hit Guelph or Ancover with our boats. I'll just make landfall right next to Naval, and then we at least have like a friendly flank.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Naval is looking healthy, but not terribly high defense strength, so I'm a little worried about them. But as soon as we can get like a city over here and we can like get a place where we can form up, I think we're going to be in good shape. Whew. Okay. There's a lot going on at this point in the game, Amabel.
Yeah.
Do we need to do any of this to win our culture victory? Honestly, maybe not. Probably not. But this will make it a little bit easier to overcome Menelik at the very least. So that's something. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to actually start trading blows in a serious way instead of just picking at the edges of his forces. And I'm cautiously optimistic. I guess come back to find out how mistaken that is. And we'll see you then.
Bye.